Hello and welcome to the inaugural 343industries.org Community Forum official podcast. My name is Red Star Rocket, and tonight I'm joined by several of our most prominent staff members. From the moderation team, Church.
Hello, everyone.
From the news group, Cooliest.
Hello.
And from the art department, Gryffin.
Hello.
And I'd like to kick things off tonight by discussing some of the interesting stuff that's been going on around the forums lately. And of course, by the time that this comes out, the most important thing will be the new mom.
Yay, we're going to promote Edward Kenway.
Yes.
Hope you like it.
Or have promoted by the time this comes out.
Oh, yeah, he will be. And, congratulations to you. It's definitely well-deserved. And all the other forum members, you're going to have to tolerate him for a month in pink. No, bad joke. Sorry.
Well, I'd just like to say I always preferred the Kenways over Ezio because I never liked Ezio.
Yeah, Ezio was kind of a jerk in the games.
He was a massive jerk.
He was so full of himself, and he's just like, oh, well, I'm the chosen one, and blah, blah, blah,
yeah,
blah.
No,
blah,
I really hated Ezio.
Yeah, I would never have Ezio as a mom on the forums, that's for sure.
With the Kenways, it's easy to say their names. You've got Connor Kenway, Edward Kenway. With Ezio, you've got to take a class in the
I'm Ezio.
Yeah, and then try spelling that thing.
Yeah, I can spell it. E-Z-I-O.
You want to have a go at pronouncing Connor's actual name?
Oh my! No! Don't get me started. Don't get me started. Oh my gosh! When he first signed up and I saw that name, I was like, "Oh my gosh! Please translate this for me."
Anyway, so congratulations to Edward for taking them on. Really, really well deserved. And if you haven't been reading the things he's been writing for our news page of late, you really should check them out. He's putting out almost as much as some of the members of our news group.
He's
and
literally
more than some of them, actually.
He's stolen everything that I've wanted to write about.
It's true. I can't remember the last time where I woke up and didn't have a PM from you saying, "Damn it, Kenway's taken my story again."
Oh boy. Yeah.
I think every day now, yeah.
With forum news, I mean, we're seeing a whole lot of stuff nowadays. It's a rumor, but Halo 2 anniversary. I mean, come on, wouldn't that be fantastic? Everyone.
Did you actually play the first anniversary?
Oh yeah, Halo CEA. I absolutely played it. Played the crap out of that game.
I was playing it the other day. Actually, it really hasn't aged.
No, it definitely hasn't.
Yeah, I know.
In my opinion, it's got really next generation level graphics, and I think that's because it's still running off of the old engine, so they can really dedicate a lot to the graphics.
Yeah. I mean, the other part of it as well is they've borrowed, as I understand it, a lot of assets from things like Halo 3, Halo Reach, and because they've been able to do that, they've been able to put a lot of time into the environments, and the environments themselves are absolutely beautiful.
They're gorgeous. Yeah. I mean, it's just really stunning what they've been able to do with a 10-year-old game. I saw this funny picture posted in a thread, and it said, and it was a copy of Halo Combat Evolved. He had arms and legs, and he was sitting at a bar, and the bartender was Frank O'Connor, right? And he said, I bought her like a big present, but I went home and I found her with some young stud, and our anniversary too.
I don't get it.
Okay, so no, I'm not gonna explain the joke. You're lame. Yeah, it ruins the joke if you have to explain it.
No. It doesn't help that it's a crap joke in the first place.
Well, yeah, it's a crap joke, and also I'm horrible at retelling jokes, but
Let me guess, you had to be there, right?
Yeah, no kidding. You had to be there. Well, did anyone get it at least?
Mwah, mwah, mwah. Excellent. We found our first section to cut from the podcast.
No, I think we'll keep it. I think we'll keep it in.
We'll keep this discussion in as well, obviously.
Yeah. No kidding.
Look, this is your incredibly talented and very professiontional staff here at 343industries.org.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, no one could find better staff because, there's no one out there.
For what it's worth, I am very, very confident in all the staff we have on site, so take that as well.
Absolutely. 100% support behind all of them.
Also, on the topic of Halo 2 Anniversary, do you think the multiplayer is going to be Halo 4 multiplayer?
No, actually, I read an article saying, well, it's a leak, so,
Questionable.
it's questionable. It's questionable as to whether or not it's valid. But I really think that you'd think that they would learn from the fact that everyone was really upset that they didn't replicate the multiplayer, and it would be so mind-blowingly simple. I mean, they've had more time to put into it, and from what the leak said, Certain Affinity is working on it, and they did the Halo 1 anniversary
as well.
What?
Saber Interactive as well, I think.
Well, Certain Affinity did the remake of Halo 1, and they
also did some of the map packs for Halo 4 too.
And they did map packs for Halo Reach.
Yeah.
And not many of you might know this, but Certain Affinity is a affiliate with 343industries.org.
And the map packs that Certain Affinity made for Halo Reach and Halo 4 were absolutely fantastic as well.
Yeah, Tempest, I believe, was the name of one of them, and I felt it really captured the style of Halo 1.
Yeah, unquestionably, yeah.
Tempest was an amazing map.
It really, in my opinion, because they actually had the really good water in that game, which was not in the game, but in that map, which I was really surprised at, because Forge World's water was just horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no way around that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think my personal favourite map they've made is Skyline from Halo 4, which it plays incredibly well, and it also looks amazing with that backdrop across the sky with the Hornet.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And you see, well, that's actually not a backdrop. That's a fully animated object, and people have modded the game and been able to get outside the things, and it actually has a hitbox and collider, which really makes me sad that they didn't put that in. They didn't put it in. They didn't put it in Halo 4. They had that. They had a really good model, and it looked amazing. But it's up to them. And I also find that really curious because you see the YouTube videos all the time of we just discovered this extra bit. Someone modded Halo 4 and they found this special room with the Revenant in it and stuff.
Yeah.
But the Hornet's not in there, and I just wonder why.
I suppose it could be because Halo 4 takes an awful lot of its assets and things from Reach.
Not so many. Not so many. You'd be surprised. I have a handle on a lot of the Halo 4 assets, and there's not that many Reach models in there.
If not necessarily models, then maybe underlying code then. Because if you look at something like the collisions in Halo 4, they
definitely perform almost exactly the same as Reach.
Yeah. So on the subject of possibly Halo 2 Anniversary coming out, I've also heard through the grapevine that possibly means that Halo 5 or Halo Xbox One will be pushed further into the future, maybe even 2015.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, I've already pre-ordered the game, so I went as soon as it popped.
I haven't pre-ordered anything.
Well, you pre-ordered. Yeah, you pre-ordered Titanfall, but
I have not pre-ordered Titanfall yet.
Oh wow,
That
surprises me.
I'm kind of waiting now because I don't know. I've watched a lot of gameplay and stuff, and I don't know. I think I might wait till it is actually released and then watch a couple reviews and then get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's get back on the track of Halo. So, you heard? Did anybody else hear about that leak, quote unquote, that was proved to be false? That had that. Actually, it reminded me a lot of a scene in Red vs. Blue, ironically, which was just a camera angle panning through this sort of blue structure. It had a shot of panning through this blue structure, and it had text on the screen because they had it filming like they were filming on the computer screen, and it had text saying that it was mendicant bias. And that was proved to be a fake. But it does show that there are definitely still a lot of people who are interested in Halo 4, and leaks just like people who make a leak and it's actually not a leak. I don't understand it really because it's not real.
Well, speaking of that, we could talk about the for any Fallout fans out there, the Survivor 2299 site. I think.
Oh my gosh, that thing that pissed me off so much.
The what?
I reloaded that page for 5 hours straight, waiting for something.
For those who aren't familiar with it, the Survivor 2299 site was a fake teaser site for a new Fallout game, and it was surprisingly convincing. There was rumors that it was actually connected and registered by
Bethesda. Well, here's the thing: it was registered by them. It was created and registered by them. But
it was Bethesda or ZeniMax. That was the confusing part.
Well, I'm pretty sure it was Bethesda because then they came out and said, "Oh, it's a hoax. We took the website down," and I'm just like, really?
Yeah.
I mean,
the thing is, it was very convincing.
It was so convincing. They had all of that, background data. They had the pictures, I love the game. That guy, he makes me. I don't know. I hate his smile.
I still haven't played Fallout, and I haven't played a lot of good.
Well, you got bored by Skyrim, so you probably didn't like Fallout.
Yeah, I have Half-Life 2, and I'm told that's meant to be a really good game, but I haven't actually started playing it yet.
Absolutely, for shame, you scum.
I can't play anything with really bad graphics now. When people say graphics isn't everything, it is for me.
You should get Black Mesa then, because it's the remake of the first Half-Life, and it's got very good graphics.
Okay, good.
It's a fan-made remake, and I think only, the first 4 or 5 levels are actually finished at the moment?
Yeah, but it's always in progress. And speaking of fan-made creations, Gryffin, do you want to talk some about your about Forging the Future, which is your
Machinima,
community Halo Machinima project? I'm actually going to go ahead and play the trailer right now for the benefit of everyone who's watching.
You're clear to engage. Roger that, Infinity. Entering Earth's atmosphere now.
There's 3 artifacts that Lasky needs you to recover. In a base controlled by the corporation known as Adam. You need to find and protect these monitors from them.
Your attention, please. This is final call for LCU-117-1.
We are on the brink of war. Mankind fighting mankind. It would be best if we turned the tables and gave our side the upper hand.
I used to sit on my ass all day thinking that my future was already made up. But in a single moment, I realized that you need to forge it.
So yeah, that's the cinematic trailer for Forging the Future, and actually I work on the project. I'm a CGI modeler. Gryffin, would you like to say anything about it?
Yeah, so with the CGI modeling, we have a lot of people working on this project, including a lot of people from the forum. It's going to take a little while to get out, but it's really awesome. It's a Halo 4 machinima that has tons of CGI in it as well, and it's going to be really awesome. Yeah, just look out for it in the future. It'll be uploaded on online nights. So yeah.
And it'll also be making an appearance on the forums at some point as well, where you'll be able to watch each episode, leave your feedback, and just generally come and celebrate one of the best examples of machinima in the Halo 4 community today.
Definitely.
And
there's
on that topic, there is a really big thread. There's 2 threads, I think, on it. So you can check that out on the forums if you want to.
And first, both the original trailer, the quote-unquote making of video, and this cinematic trailer, which we just showed in the in the podcast, we are all three linked on both of those threads, I believe.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, on that thread, I'll upload every episode. So yeah.
Okay, so it's really kind of a shame, but there's not much in the scope of Machinima in the Halo 4, using Halo 4.
Yeah.
It does seem to have died off a little bit.
A lot of people really use Halo Reach now, and they still do.
There's a lot of Halo Reach stuff.
They like the way it looks better, and there's a lot of mods that you can get for Halo Reach that make machinimating so easy.
Yeah. Though that said, Halo 4 did come with a green screen as part of one of its Forge parts,
and
which
actually,
is very interesting.
I'm actually using that. Part of what I do to make these 3D.
Alright, so I'm surprised that the green screen hasn't actually been utilized as much as it could have.
Well, I'm using it a lot right now because we had the issue of we have a lot of Halo 4 models that I'm using right now, rigging, texturing, animating, and but you see, a lot of the issue is they don't release the 3D models. We had to look for them, and all the models that we have, we need like specific helmets, specific armor rigs, and what I'm actually doing is I'm going into the game, taking screenshots of like aerial views of them behind the green screen, and then I can actually convert that to a 3D model with software that I have. And
everything has to be reconstructed, and it's taking forever, but it'll get there.
Yeah, it is taking a while, but it's a really cool project, and you all should definitely follow it, and when it comes out, you should check it out. So, that said, did we talk about the new member of the month? Yes, we did. Okay.
Although we should probably mention the outgoing member of the month.
Yeah, so...
who by now you will all know has moved to promotions and events.
So yeah, that's right. Onsakumaru will now not only be the ninja, I think. He's a ninja, right? So he's gonna he's now gonna be able to actually orchestrate a lot of the a lot of quote unquote ninja versus forum battles, and he's gonna be working right along with he's in promotions and events, right? That's green, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Mint.
Yeah.
Okay. So he's going to be working right along with D38 Boss to bring you some community events, playdates as we still fondly call them, and and hopefully you all are going to have a lot of fun doing that kind of thing.
Let's say he'll just karate chop some new events our way.
Nah. What were you saying, Red?
I was just going to say, if anyone is listening to this and hasn't already been to one of Onsakumaru's playdates, you absolutely should go to them because they are some of the most fun you can have in Halo ever.
The game types he picks are some of the most fun. I mean, it's just so... the Xbox Live Party is always filled with the screams of dying members. It's amazing. Yeah.
And discussing the screams of dying members, we should probably mention at this point that the submissions, or rather registration for the 2v2 contest has now ended as of the time this is coming out.
Look out everyone, Red and I are on a team. Team Bandcamp.
Like anyone cares about us when Bob and GSD are on the
list.
list.
Oh, no kidding. When I saw they posted right after us too, and I was like, oh my gosh, we are so screwed. I'm going to go out there and say it to the world. We are so screwed. Everyone, give up all hope. Abandon hope, all ye who enter here.
Run
Bob and GSD are fearless.
Hide your kids, hide your wife.
No kidding.
It doesn't matter if you hide, because GSD has mobility and Promethean vision, right?
No.
He can outrun you, and he will find you. And when he does... Yeah.
And he can see through walls. Yeah, oh my gosh. He posts... we're doomed. We're doomed. Abandon hope, all ye who enter here.
Speaking of new staff members, we just added on a couple new guys. One of which came into the news group, Beckoning Zebra. And I've PM'd him a couple times, and I told him that if he doesn't leave the news group soon, I'm gonna leave. I really can't stand that guy on there.
Yeah,
it's true. We have some.
Really glad to have some new guys on there.
Yeah, and so along with him, we've got Buns joining communications, and he's going to be handling the YouTube channel. which is where this podcast is going to go up, and you'll be able to access it at the
is up at this point.
Well, yeah, it is up, and it's going to be accessible on the 343 Industries YouTube channel, and we're also
subscribe now.
Yeah, we're also going to make a thread about it, and since Buns is going to be heading it up from now on, we're going to have a lot more content going on a weekly basis. So subscribe so that you can catch up with everything that's going on. And speaking of the 2v2 contest, I believe one of the requirements is that each one has to be recorded.
It's very important that anything that you do as part of the 2v2 contest is kept in the theatre, because in the event of a dispute or allegations of cheating or bad conduct, a panel of senior staff from all sites will be able to take a look at the video and make sure that everything is being played as it's supposed to be played. Very, very important. This means, yeah. So,
some of you may have concerns that, Red Star Rocket and I are teaming up because we're staff, and other than that, Red Star Rocket is also one of the people who will be judging the 2v2s. Never fear, we will have a representative who is also on the judging committee from one of the other sites judge those games.
Yes. So for any staff members participating for any of the three sites, their own site staff will not be part of any judging panel in the event that any disputes occur. And this is also why we want to have videos. It's because not only do we want to have a record that the players are doing everything properly, it's that we have a record that the judges are being impartial and basing their decisions on something they can actually view and then show off in public.
And then we will have a thread where you can post we will have a thread where you can post the link to your file share for the video on in each perspective forum. That's on Forge Cafe. That's over here. That's everywhere. And we would request that for organization's sake, you name your film, the name of your team, and then a versus, and then the name of the team that you are going up against. And that will help to eliminate any kind of confusion, and we'll be able to really easily identify what matches are being judged at the time.
Yeah.
And then just to switch topics here real quick, not to give the unlit seat to D38, but he has also come on to staff as well, leading up promotion and events, along with Onzi, who is now a staff as well. So
as of the time this goes on, yeah.
So they're going to see a lot of events coming your way.
Yeah, they're going to be heading up community events and contests and events is the official name for their position.
Well, promotions events, I think it is.
Yeah, promotions and events. And you guys and a lot of you will have already taken part in D38 Boss's Spectacular. Well, I'm assuming it's going to be spectacular. Well,
I'm going to spectacular. Let's be confident.
Well, yeah. His GTA 5 forum playdate, and hopefully that's going to be some of the most fun. I wish I had the game, but
Yeah, I don't have it either.
Can't catch them all.
Nope. But anyway, I really think that that's going to be a lot of fun, and I really hope that more community events are going to keep coming, and more power to them, because it's fun to play with other people.
Well, not when you're against GSD and Bob, obviously, but good luck to everyone who's drawn against them.
That's beside the point. Hey, Red, I know we had some requests for what to talk about from some of the forum members.
Yes, we've had a few questions. I've actually been asked by most of them if they could remain anonymous. Not sure what kind of answers the thought would be giving, but I think we can discuss a couple of them here. The first one from Anonymous 1 is, what do I need to do to join the staff? And since we do have two staff members here, aside from the moderating team, I say we turn this team over to you.
Go ahead, Gryffin.
Okay, so I wouldn't really suggest much other than being good at something. Just just be good at something, and if you're good at something, you've got to get yourself out there and get noticed on the forum by, doing it. So if you wanted to be in news, you'd post a lot of news, and if you wanted to be in art, you have to post your artworks, which is what I did. So
Yeah, not everyone not everyone comes to us and asks, can you be on staff? In fact, a lot of the current generation staff members were asked to be on staff by us.
I think
Right.
I think
go ahead.
almost all the staff currently, I think it might very well be all the staff have been appointed within the past 6 months.
Yeah,
So-
and that absolutely includes you. Not quite you. You've been around. Well, in your new position as site moderator, yes.
I mean, I've been around for, oh god, by the time this comes out, I will have been in the position of moderator for a whole year. Oh, Lord. But yeah, joining the moderating team was something I wanted to do for quite some time, because I've always enjoyed being part of the forums, and I've always felt that they are one of the nicest places to go if you want to talk about Halo. And having had the existing moderating staff, step into chair discussions and keep things clean and tidy and, allow the place to flourish and become the great discussion forum that it is today, I wanted to just step in and do my part to help out as well. It was never actually my intention to become site moderator, but I was very, very happy with asked to join the community mods.
You can take that as an added bonus, I guess. but I think, I'm not sure about all the rest of the other moderators, but I find myself in a rather interesting position because I actually asked for this position because I really wanted to help out, and I feel that that's something I've been able to do, and it's a good feeling. I must admit.
From my standpoint, I know that Austin gave some great points. Be good at something. Oh, just great. But
Do I detect a hint of sarcasm?
No, I can feel the sensitivity here. 5,000 miles away, and I can feel the love.
No, more, because he's on the other end of the country.
If I had to add something, really, it really comes down to, I guess, in a sense, motivation, just how much you're motivated, and if you're motivated, just get out there and in time. I mean, honestly, I do think that for most of the staff right now, we were asked rather than asking, and so I think that the more you're just passionate about it, and the more you just kind of show up, and the moderators start to notice you. It really just comes down to how much you enjoy doing the thing that you want to be on staff for. So,
in a way, it's strange. Whenever since I've taken over, I've had a few people approach me, and one of the things that's odd is I often get people asking about staff positions who are just asking for them rather than demonstrating anything. I think one of the things I noticed about Cooliest was that he'd been posting news constantly for a good, I think, 2 or 3 months. And then I mentioned that I was looking for newsgroup members, and I went out, had a look at what was being posted on the forums, and Cooliest was there bringing in stuff from all around the gaming world every day.
No kidding.
Cooliest, he eventually said, I'd be interested in taking on the news position, but it didn't come out of nowhere. He had been posting news, and news that he'd been researching and writing himself for months on end before we even considered it.
And the thing is, we specifically let on that we wanted him on, and that's, I think that's a lot of why he did ask for the position.
Yeah.
In a way, like for instance, Buns is on communication now, and I pointed out that he would be a really good addition to communicate. Well, there was no communications for quite a while. And,
for I think a year and a half at one point.
Yeah, no kidding. And so when I saw what he could do, because I've been working with him a little bit on Griffin's Machinima, even though he's still a little bit upset about that, Gryffin. You still haven't given him anything to edit, but that's okay.
Yeah.
But it was when I saw what he can do and how good he is at it that I said, well, you'd be a really brilliant addition to, well, you'd be a brilliant definition for what communications group should be. And then I said, keep making content, and I'll keep you posted. And look where he is now.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same for everyone who goes on to be a successful member of staff. They don't start contributing once they're on staff. They go out there, they produce great things every day, they go out and create great discussions, they get involved in threads, they get involved in the shout box. You know, if they're wanting to join the art department, they'll go out, they'll make something that's, you know, interesting or aesthetic or whatever for the rest of the membership to see, and then they'll post it for us.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah. And like, practice really does make perfect. If you don't believe me, just look at my first like little signatures, and they were like terrible compared to the ones that I do now. Just you got to keep on doing it.
Actually, here's a little known fact. Me and Gryffin are actually join partners, if you want to call it that. I don't know if I like that I called it that. But anyways, actually joined just 2 days apart from each other, and we actually were kind of like buds right at the start there. And
Right.
I remember watching as he would post his art stuff, and yeah, it really has come a long way, and the more you do it, the better you get. And I remember we would talk, and he would tell me about my news articles when I first started, and so buddy system's a good way to go as well.
Yeah. Hey, Red, when did you first join? Do you remember the date?
Oh, Lord, I believe, I'll need to check this, but I believe it was July 13th, 2013.
Yeah, so it's
Sorry,
pretty much
2011.
it's the same with you and me. I joined on July 21st, and you and I remember you and I really hit it off back then.
Yeah.
And you know, we've been definitely fast friends ever since. I always made fun of you because you posted the longest post ever.
Well, look at my first post. It was in a thread of, 20 or 30 word replies, and then I think my first post is something like 800 words long.
Oh, I absolutely remember. You were such a, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But,
I think it didn't help with me that I never used the shout box either to begin with.
well, the shout box wasn't there to begin with, so, you know.
But even once it was introduced, it took me, I think the first time I began posting regularly, or at least with anything approaching regularity in the shout box, was about a year after I joined.
Yeah,
So,
I didn't start until, definitely a bit later. So, since we're in the interest of time, we should probably move on to the rest of the requests from the members.
More questions.
Yep.
The next question on the list is, do any of us have the new consoles, and what are our favourite games for them? I have to say, I don't have a new console, although games that I'm interested in, Rise looks very, very cool. I'm a big fan of the Roman Empire, the Roman aesthetic, and a game set sort of toward the end of the Empire with, animation and models by Crytek, who are one of the best, if not the best.
They are the
in
best,
industry.
period.
Yeah. It looks absolutely fantastic, and I think that's one of the first ones I will play when I get my hands on an Xbox One.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm the only one with a next-generation console. Does anyone want to confirm or deny that?
I do not.
I do not.
Okay, so I actually bought a PlayStation 4, and before you all murder me, I am getting an Xbox One, I'm getting a little bit later, because...
At this point, I'd like to advertise an opening in the community moderator's positions.
Hey! Okay.
But seriously, though, you're fired.
I did get a PS4, and I've got to say I really like it, and my mistake is I don't have enough money to afford very many games, and then I made the mistake of getting COD Ghosts.
Oh, dear.
Oh, dear.
Well,
Everyone comes to church.
Red,
That said, I was impressed by the PlayStation 4 hardware. It's got a really elegant look to it, and I really think they offer a lot of free games, and I like that. And also, a big thing that has always bugged me about Xbox hardware that I know is also true about the Xbox One is stuff installs very, very slowly. With the PlayStation 4, I popped my disc in, and it was installed and ready to play in 45 seconds. And when
That's very quick.
I mean, fully installed and everything. And I really like the controller, and I'm actually holding it right now. It sits much better it sits much better in your hands, and I've got to say I like the console. I don't have much to say about the Xbox One. I do think that it's a fantastic console, and it definitely showcases what Microsoft is capable of doing after their flop with the Xbox 360 and Red Ring of Death. But time will tell, and I wish them luck.
For what it's worth as well, I think we should mention that the Xbox One. Credit to Microsoft for listening, because it's very, very often that you get large companies who will produce something that a lot of people aren't fond of and then just stick with it blindly. So credit to Microsoft for saying, for seeing that people weren't fond of what they were offering and then, retconning it to produce something that was more in line with market demand.
Yeah. So I'm going to have to go ahead and cue the 3-minute warning.
3-minute warning.
Okay, so next question.
Last question.
We didn't get to talk. Whatever.
Wait. What did you want to say, Griff?
I was just going to say that I don't have the Xbox One or the PS4, but I was actually leaning towards getting either of them for Infamous and Destiny, as well as Dead Rising 3. But Church here convinced me to get a really good PC, which I'm very grateful for. I feel like it was a much better choice than a next-gen console.
I'm in this slightly strange position where I actually have bought a new PC lately. It's, fairly close to the upper end of the range, and all I use it to do is play Final Fantasy VII and Roller Coaster Tycoon. That's all I use it for. I have 8 gigabytes of RAM, and I use it to play games from the late 90s.
Dude, Roller Coaster Tycoon.
So, I'm not going to describe my PC specs because, I've done it too many times, and it, kind of, I bet you if you combine Griffin's and Red's machine, my machine could still beat it, so yeah. Okay,
I don't know about that. Mine has
I do know about that, so next question.
Okay, this will have to be the last question. What is our favorite Halo?
Nope, that would take too long to answer.
Well, let's just sum it up in one word then.
Okay, so we're going to go in a line. Red, your favorite game?
My favorite Halo game would be, and this will be surprising, Halo 3 ODST.
That's a good one. Griff.
No, I'm not very surprised.
Wow.
Griff, you go.
Oh, okay. Halo Reach, because...
because.
Forge.
Okay. Cooliest, you go.
I'd have to go with Halo CE, just because it was when I was a kid, and it was just what grew me to the franchise.
Okay. So, having played every single Halo game except Spartan Assault, which doesn't count, I'm gonna go ahead and say Halo 2 is my favorite.
We've got a nice variety of favorite games there, then.
Yeah, none of us like the same one.
Okay, and then potentially, if we get eventually later, we're gonna bring more guests into the podcast, and we can get more input later. So. Yes. This has been the 343 Industries' first official community podcast. And
what's going on with your voice?
I don't know.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for listening in.
Okay, so this has been the first official 343 Industries community podcast. I hope you have all enjoyed, and it's been really fun recording it, and I hope you all will not hear our shenanigans beforehand and after. So I'm really glad about that.
We'll have to resign.
Oh yeah, no kidding. So thank you for watching and/or listening, and we will see you all later.
daddy yada, boom, 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 daddy yada, boom, 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 daddy yada, boom, boom, boom.